Paul Robinson, Trevor Francis, Alex McLeish, I sense we're all still a little bit in shock.
Amazed, yeah, and I think the inquest has only just begun. We can sit here and talk about and dissect what's gone on, but I think the German team, the German media, when they get home, there was a big enough inquest after the first game, after the defeat to Mexico, but to go out in the manner that they have done today, not only losing 2-0 to South Korea, but the performance that they put in, they didn't create enough chances to win the game. They didn't seem as though they were hungry enough to win the game, and they've gone out with a whimper.
This World Cup's providing so much drama. I mean, we sit here and we've seen a million football games over the years, but the reason we keep watching it is because it's so unpredictable. You know, it's intriguing. You can't forecast results like that.
Did they deserve any better?
Not only this, but Sweden winning 3-0 against a Mexican side who have looked so good in the previous 2 games. Today has been an extraordinary day. It really has.
Did they deserve any better, Alex?
Germany? No, they huffed and puffed. You know, it wasn't a fluid performance. And as I said, they don't have a striker with it. The guy who like Klose, we saw him in the stands during the game. You know, they don't have a player of that movement in the box.
How much of that was down to German poor finishing or Cho in the South Korean goal?
The goalkeeper was fantastic. Germany had a lot of possession, but as Trevor said at half-time, you know, there wasn't a lot end product in terms of goal chances. But, you know, if you think of the pre-tournament form, wasn't good. They came in a little... Everybody said, but the Germans will do it. And at half-time, again, me and the guys commented on there could be a shock here today.
Did you ever think they'd go out when it was 0-0? Did you think the goal was coming?
Yeah, I thought they just weren't... OK, we always think that they'll come up with that last-minute wonder goal with one of the world-class players doing it for them, but I didn't get that feeling today at all. No. And at half-time, as we were talking in the back room, saying that, you know, there could be a shock here. And we did, in fact, say that at half-time.
The one thing you always associate with German teams and the international side is their preparation, their physical condition. I couldn't see one player on that German side who had a turn of pace. You know, we spoke prior to the game about Sane. He's going to come high on the list of when they have an inquest, because it was crying out for something like him in a wide position, you know, to go past a player, beat a player and get a ball in the box. I mean, I have to also ask the question, Paul knows more about goalkeepers than what I do, but he hasn't played all season, Neuer. He didn't, at the end of the season, he didn't play in a league game, didn't play in the cup final. I mean, you look at the 2 keepers they've got in reserve, Trapp of Paris Saint-Germain, Ter Stegen of Barcelona. These are 2 very good goalkeepers.
So the 2 friendlies weren't enough?
Nowhere near enough. I mean, I also questioned prior to the game, you know, in fact, Matthias was on about it too. The coach, Joachim Low, is still searching for his strongest lineup. He's swapped and changed throughout this tournament. You know, in the 3 games, there's never been a settled side. Players have come in, players have come out. You know, he doesn't know what his best team is. And that showed today. They were unimpressive and didn't deserve anything more than what they got.
Werner's got a real turn of pace. He's very, very quick, but he doesn't have the guile that we've seen the past German strikers.
Well, he ended up playing on the left wing, didn't he?
Yeah, they
when
pushed him wide.
Muller was on with Gomez, they played as the central spearhead, and Werner was stuck out on the left wing.
They kept trying. They just lacked creativity. They were trying to break down a resolute South Korean team. And no disrespect to South Korea, they performed absolutely excellently, but a team of Germans' quality should be able to break a team like that down.
Can you tell me, in that game, when you saw Khedira, when you saw Cruz, when you saw Ozil actually sprint 10 yards? I mean, Hummels, trying to get back, you know, to rectify defensive mistakes throughout that game, he looks as if he had a weight on his shoulders.
Look at those players, though. It's Thomas Muller, it's Royce, it's Ozil. They get in just about any team in the world.
If ever a picture didn't need any words, there it is.
Well, you say Ozil could get in any team in the world. He shouldn't have been in this German side today.
But this is Germany. This doesn't happen.
No, you're talking about one player. What I'm saying is Ozil has been poor. He's been poor most of the season.
They've snatched, obviously, the victories at the end of the game, but it's not looked like a fluent German team, and they didn't pick up any speed or rhythm in the 3 games that they played.
There was no sign of this coming into the tournament. They qualified with a 100% record. They won every game, home and away.
But
it's
also
only since the build-up to the tournament wasn't great. The qualification, the whole campaign was as you would expect. It was as soon as they started preparing for the tournament, the friendlies, there was just something wasn't right, and we've seen it now today.
Andy, what they've done is they've lived on their name. And the reason why you're talking about this is the biggest shock possibly of all time is because they are the holders. They were one of the favourites, if not the favourites. But if you've watched, like we have, the 3 games that they've played, I think we all sit here and can fully understand why they haven't gone through, because they haven't been good enough.
Yeah, normally the pre-World Cup games, I think they've done this before, you know, not played so great, and then they've come in there and been world champions, but they didn't look as if they could go up the gears at all, Andy.
They looked in shock. It's a simply incredible result. We saw the reaction from Lothar Matthäus, the former German captain, a few moments ago. Tears in his eyes. This is what he had to say.
I'm really upset about the performance from the German team. I was a fan of this team, but not about this performance. They have good players. They was playing very slow. They didn't have the right body language. I think the same, the coach used sometimes the wrong system. I told this after 45 minutes, we have to play with a striker. We didn't have a midfield who give the right pass in the box without idea. And yeah, this is football. And you saw maybe we had 70% ball possession, but we had 6 shots to the target. This is not enough. And we had in the last minute the chance to score the first goal. Hummels with a header. We didn't score. This means I think we was not focused enough for this World Cup.
When have you ever heard a German tell you, coming into a tournament, they weren't prepared properly? Maybe Euro 2000?
They're
Very
normally
rare.
probably one of the best prepared teams in the world. If anybody knows how to play tournament football, it's the Germans. And to hear somebody like him say that, who is obviously in touch with the German side, he knows what's going on, and to hear him say that, there must be something amiss.
We've got about a minute left, guys. Final word on Germany. What do you suppose the reaction will be in Germany tonight and tomorrow?
I think it will be, as expected, there was an overreaction to one game against Mexico. I think there will be a huge inquest. I think there will be a huge inquest into the manager, into the team, the preparation. I think this is the start of seeing what's going to come the next few days.
Who carries the can? The manager, the players?
It won't be the players' fault. It'll be the manager's fault. And I say that tongue-in-cheek.
Why?
Because it always is. You know, when the team wins, it's down to the players. When they lose, it's the manager's fault.
Well,
am I right?
Yes, it is in the modern day.
And they would know.
Absolutely. But Jogi Löw will probably have a think about his future. You know, he's been in demand over the years as a club man, and whether he decides it's time to try something else, then he'll have a lot of choices.
Worst feeling in the world, I imagine, as a
It's
manager.
horrendous. He won't sleep for the next month.
Arguably the greatest shock ever at the World Cup. The holders, Germany, out at the group stage. It's the first time it's happened to Germany in 80 years.